Yeah, hello YouTubers, it's Da-viruz Systems here again, and then today we'll be learning how to seed Laravel database. So without wasting my time, I have already created a database in my PHP at my admin, and I've already removed the project that we'll be working on into my root folder level, and this is the project that I have opened. Now we are going to seed. You can see the database is empty without tables. If I click on it, it loads and tells you that the database is empty. There are no tables there. And this is my Laravel project that we're working with, which is a hotel management system that we're learning how to see the database. And the database is being stored on this database folder. So we are supposed to seed the database. First of all, we are supposed to migrate and seed the database. So we are going to migrate the data from here and then also seed the database too as well into our database. So first of all, migrating the tables into our database. From there, then we'll also seed the content of the data into what? The tables in our database. So that is what we'll be doing. And remember what I said, these tutorials is all about practical hand field that we are going to be working with. So that is all that we'll be doing. And then I also like to thank subscribers for making me to hit 200 subscribers, and I still pray and hope that we'll still get more subscribers to join us as the trend is moving on. Many will catch up, so let's not waste time. All right, so let's open our command prompt and then we start migrating our database and seeding our tables into the database that we have created. So with any command prompt, it will do. It doesn't matter the command prompt they are using, but I'm going to use Windows PowerShell. So I'll search, I have it here opened, Windows PowerShell. It takes a while to load, and then it has loaded. And then one thing again, to we are not here to learn command prompts. We'll be using some few command prompts. So if you don't have knowledge about command prompts and then you want to learn, you check on the internet. But what I'm telling you is this is all about practical field. So you just need to master it, and then you do it, and then with time it will stick in your fingers, and then you can memorize them, and then you do them without having to read so much books and then so much papers or so much things online. So let's go ahead. I'll close this command. The folders that has been open, 2 folders has been open, and then I want to get back to the drive C. So the command to use in command prompt is cd then / to do that. So it will close the 2 folders at the same time, and now I can navigate to the folders that I want to open. So I want to get to my hotel folder. So the hotel folder, first of all, I have to go to XAMPP, and in that XAMPP, then I have to get to my local host, which is the etc docs, and then from there I will get to the hotel folder. So that is what I'm going to do. So first of all, I say cd XAMPP, then from there my local host, which is etc docs, then from there hotel management system. Then we are in our hotel management system folder. So now the first thing we need to do is to clean our config file. So the command that we are going to use to clean our config file is this. So let me type it. So we have this, we have config and then column catchy. Now this PHP artisan is Laravel internal command that you always have to use first before any of the internal commands follows to as well. So we have PHP artisan, then we have config, which is equal to catchy. So that means I clean the config file, and then we get started with our migration process. So we hit enter, and then that will start to clean our config file. So configuration catchy is cleaned, everything is successful. Then the next thing we need to do is to start migrating our database. So the same thing, we type PHP artisan, then the word migrate. So we are going to migrate our tables now into our database. So that's the first step, migrating the tables. So we are going to move the tables by hitting on the enter key. So now it's now going to move the tables into my database because it has created the table successfully. Now it's left moving the tables into my database, and then all the tables has been moved into my database. We have users, we have password, we have setup, we have booking, we have rooms, we have blocks, we have checked time, and so forth and so on. So all these tables has been moved into my database, and if you go to the database right now, you will see all these tables as well. Now the next thing to do is to now move the content of the tables into them. So we are now going to seed our database. So seeding the database is seeding the content of the tables into the tables in our database. So we are going to use the same word, PHP artisan. Then we have database column seed. So now we are going to seed our database. So I hit on the enter key to start seeding our database. The content of the table has been moved into our tables in our database, and then we are good to go. So we go to our database, refresh, and then to see, and it's loading all the data. So we can see that all databases tables have been loaded into our database. So now we are done with migrating and seeding tables and content of the tables. Now the next thing is to start our server. Now to start our server, we have the PHP artisan, then we have serve, which is starting Laravel server. So we have server here, and then our server has started. So now when we go back to the root folder, and then this is what we have. So now we have to click on this public folder before it's able to load our project for us. So I have to click on public folder, and then it loads our project for us. So that means that all the time if I hit on the enter key, I have to hit on this public folder before it moves me to my site, because the main index file of the project is inside public folder. So now what we are going to do is this: instead of having to hit on enter key all the time, I'm going to navigate back to the hotel management system folder, and here I'm going to create an index file, and on that index file I'm going to redirect the index file to this public folder. So anytime I load, my server tries to look for index file, and when it gets this index file, on that index file there's only a redirection of the server to this folder. So what I'm going to do is create a new file. So I'm going to name that file index.php. then I'll open that in my text editor. Then I'll open PHP opening tag, then PHP closing tag. So now what I'm going to do is this: I'm going to say header, which is an internal command for PHP for redirecting commands, and then I will say okay, use the location item, and then redirect to the public folder. So now always check to make sure that spellings and everything is okay. If not, if you have an error, then it will throw back an error on the screen for you to see. So make sure that location is well spelled, the folder you are redirecting to is well spelled, spelled to as well, and then we go back to our side. Then we hit on the enter key, and that is going to pick the index file and then read the content of the index file and redirect us to this folder to start our project automatically for us. Then we are good to go. So now anytime we load localhost and hotel management system, then it's going to pick the index file, then redirect to our site for us. So that is how to seed Laravel database, and I hope this will be very helpful for you. Maybe if it comes to meet a project whereby you have to seed Laravel database. So thank you so much for the time spent, and then if you like my tutorials, please kindly subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comments, and share the videos to as well, because somebody somewhere is also waiting to learn to as well. So I wish you all the best, and stay tuned with Da-viruz Systems for the best of tutorials. And that reminds me, those of you who are asking me to do some things for you, please know that I'm also doing other works for other people, and it's taking much of my time. So please, if you have asked me to do something for you, just exercise some patience. I will get to you. It's like I haven't forgotten any project. I still try to keep track of all the projects that I have to do. So I'll do them for you. Don't worry, but I know it will take a little bit time, but just give me that few seconds and then I'll fix your own for you. Thank you for the time being, and then always subscribe, and then hit the like button, comment, and then share for others to learn to as well.